All right guys, Kane Garage 11 and here we are back again for another workshop update. We've had some pretty cool things on the go recently. We've had obviously a lot of the Osmoto group, aka Steve from Steg Pegs, giveaway bikes that we've been working on. As you know, we've been doing the 96 Honda of Troy replica bike. Now this thing has come up absolutely amazing. It's nearly done. We've got a few more bits and pieces that we have to do to it. But nothing too serious. Obviously, as you can see, a few bolts and bits and pieces missing, but we can confirm it does run, which is really cool. Obviously, a big thing when you are restoring a bike is you do want it to run after you finish putting it together. So that's been really cool. I mean, being able to work on these bikes and obviously getting through them like we do, it's definitely helps out a lot. You know, like it's a cool feeling, and especially something like that. The Hondas are a lot more linear to obviously restore, which I've always said. They are a lot more parts available, aftermarket parts available, good OEM replica parts available, which does make it a lot easier. Now on the other end, the other spectrum of restoration, we have this. This came down from guy in Queensland, bought it from a guy in New South Wales and dropped it off here to have it restored. Now this is one of 6 1985 RM500s that were brought into Australia, or Australian delivered. As you can see, it is, I mean, I don't know if that wheel really lines up too well. It's in pretty bad shape, but it is a super rare motorcycle and it is going to come out looking really good once we're done with it. That's going to be a massive challenge, I reckon. I mean, I know what we went through with that one when we put this one together, and we're fairly fortunate with this one that we had a lot of parts supplied with the bike, which definitely helped a lot. So it's going to be definitely a challenge, you know, like when you've got one off here, like, you know, master cylinder rebuild kits and brake lines and discs, and, you know, like what we've always said, the 80s is always a challenge, and I don't think it's going to get much more challenging than something like this, but rewarding at the same time when it's finished. And that's the biggest thing. We always need to remember, it's the reward at the end of it. We're always going to go through heartache. We're always going to go through that pain to get through it, but it's cool when you see them done. You know what I mean? Like the 96 CR, it's like cool, you know. Although the RM500, the 84 didn't really work out initially, it's still cool to see it run, because it didn't run when we got it, and it's all together and it does what it needs to. So that's one of the cool things, you know, like you get there and you're like, cool, we've made it, we've done it, we've zinc plated all the nuts and bolts and springs, or we've replaced them or whatever else. So it definitely, you know, it makes it all worthwhile, really. As you guys know, we've been doing the Shane Boyd bike, which is really cool as well. Paul from Prime Pipeworks has cleaned up the expansion chamber and the muffler for this one, so that's going to be super duper cool. So we're in a stage of getting ready to film a video in restoring all the back end stuff. As you can see, the subframe and the airbox is in pretty sad shape, but we'll get that looking really good. We'll pull that apart, some new tie bolts for it. Still waiting on the titanium swing arm pivot, so that'll be pretty cool when that gets here. We also had this frame 3D scanned yesterday or the day before. So we're going to be doing carbon water pump guards, bash plates, frame guards, and all sorts of cool stuff for this. So we're looking forward to getting that underway. Once we get the CAD file back for the frame, then we'll start doing the CAD work for the bits and pieces we want to do. Then we 3D print them and fit them, and hopefully they work, and then we make them. So that's going to be pretty cool. Like I said, we've got more titanium coming for this, so check out on our new website. We're going to have garage11.com.au. We're going to have all that stuff available, a lot more stuff that we're making. creating. So we're going to have, more of our own stuff on the new website, not so much just generic stuff that everyone else sells. We're going to try and be more on brand for what we do, which is going to be super cool. So we're really excited with that, and it gives us, a chance to look into making more stuff and doing more things. So we're going to be, speaking of exciting, we're going to be getting back into the Banshee. Got a lot of stuff still to do on this thing, which is fine. It's been a big burn, but I really want to start hooking into it now and get it done and finished. And I actually want to hear it run. A 400cc Banshee is going to be cool, especially with those Toomey pipes and the twin electrons on it. It's going to be very, very interesting little beastie to ride. So that's cool. Like I said, the Banshee is probably a one-off for us. It's the financial commitment required to build a Banshee is huge. Beyond any conventional restoration, it's double the price, if not more, depending on what you want to do to it. And for us, it's just, this one's cool. He's a very good customer of ours and someone who really understands what we do and appreciates what we do. We've done a lot of bikes for him or in the process of doing them. So that's why we took this on, and it's cool because he knew what he was up for and he wanted to go that far. But for us, doing a Banshee again it'd just be wild. I don't know if I got the stomach for it personally, but it is cool nonetheless. We've learnt a lot, seen a lot, all that sort of bits and pieces. The other thing that is actually pretty cool is this little piece here. Now this is a Works Kawasaki brake caliper. So this is from the race team back in the day. So it's a special cast caliper. And this is a magnesium hanger. Now this magnesium hanger was completely rotted and corroded and all sorts. This isn't Cerakoted. This has actually been Dow coated. Now Dow is a brand of aluminium. What is it, alloy? Magnesium alloy coating. So magnesium is very, very susceptible to corrosion. It oxidizes with air very easily, and salt and all that sort of stuff. It's very sensitive material. So what Dow, what Dow was a company that was bought by DuPont, so it's now Dow DuPont. They are a chemical company and they produced a line of chemicals, 19, 7, and 5, I think, that would be a precursor for treating magnesium before it would be able to be shipped before it could get powder coated, painted, or any of that sort of stuff. However, the teams and your racing people, as if it's lighter, it's easier, just leave it in Dow, whatever the coating, like I said, 7, 9, or 19, and then we'll run it on the bike. That way it's one less process that you have to do to the component. It's less weight you have to put on the component, so if you don't have to paint it. We used to use a process in supercars called blackening, and we'd use it for a lot of our chromoly arms, a lot of that stuff, and it's just a very thin, it just literally flashes off like a very thin anodized. I don't even know the technical term behind blackening or what it is, but it would just, very similar, I would imagine. It's very thin, just corrosion protection really. But it's always been a bit of a myth trying to find someone to do it. Now we can. So we're testing a few more bits. We've got a couple of more magnesium parts coming in from a buddy of ours in the US. We're going to be sending them away to who does it here. We're going to get them tested, see what colors come back, and then we're probably going to offer Dow coating to anyone who is interested in having some of their old Works parts done, hubs and covers, your old Magnesium Pro Circuit covers, or any of that sort of stuff, which should be really cool. Even like Boysen covers we'll be able to do in Dow. I just sort of thought about that now. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so that's where we're at. That part is quite significant within what we're trying to do here, which is really cool. As you can see behind me, moving on, the KX500. It is going to be another giveaway bike. Don't mind the tank or the seat, as cool as the seat is, and scratched up as the tank is. We've got the carbies in, we've got the airbox, got that repainted, swing arms in. rear wheels rebuilt, because the company we get our spokes from only sent us rear spokes, which is okay. Got some replica anodized bits there which look cool. Triple clamps it in. Waiting on the forks uppers to get back. They're going to be anodized in our Fukushima, which everyone seems to love. We love it as well. So that's going to be really cool. We'll build the shock up pretty soon. And then that should start to take shape. I'm in the process of pulling the engine apart at the minute. That's actually cool because it's a Nickersill barrel as well. So it's it was really original bike when we got it. Completely stuffed, but original nonetheless, which is always, like I said, original you can always work with. Now the other cool thing which came on board yesterday, Osmoto Group's great at just coming up with cool ideas, is this. The 50th anniversary YZ500. Now, it's a brand new motorcycle. What we have done, got it from Christensen's. They've helped us out. They're really good dudes down there. So if you're in the southeast or wherever in Victoria, make sure you check them out. They've got some cool bikes there. We're going to turn it into a YZ500. Now we've got the kit from BRC on its way. It's legit. BRC on its way. Those guys have been really helpful with what we've been with that, the whole process. It was very straightforward to get the kit from them. Not cheap, but it does come with a lot of stuff, cases and barrels and exhaust and all sorts of stuff. So we're going to document that as well. That'll be on the YouTube channel, which don't forget to like and share and subscribe to our channel if you like what we've got going on here in our little space. I would always help us get behind it. The more we see people subscribing on YouTube, the more energy we're going to put into it and show you a little bit more behind the scenes of what we do. Anyway, so that's going to be up. That's going to be really cool. So that's going to be a brand new YZ500. Not a conversion, not a cut, shut frame, horrible thing. It's going to be a really nice, good working YZ500. So keep an eye out for that. That's going to be a really super cool thing. We can't wait. Like I said, it looks cool. Like, I mean, I like the 50th anniversary. My dad had a brand new YZ, ordered like 93, 94 in that sort of space, and always had very fond memories of that thing. We were a YZ family, even though I'm probably more now Honda Suzuki or Kawasaki Honda and those three, but we've got a couple of YZ 125s on their way, and obviously this one here, which we're putting a lot of energy into. So yeah, like that thing's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to how BRC actually go about putting these things together, because it's all good doing the conversions and all that sort of stuff, but I feel like when you look at a lot of their tech bulletins, a lot of the stuff that they've got, they've really put a lot of energy into how it goes together and the design side of it, the engineering side of it, because that sort of stuff where it's like, yeah, let's just get a CR500 and stick it in an aluminium frame. There's been no thought go into, does the aluminium frame actually work with that 500 two-stroke? Because they're two very different torque outputs, two very different characteristics, and generally they don't. They just vibrate and are horrible. However, this is going to be, yes, it's going to be a 500, but it's a frame that has naturally or has a two-stroke in it. It's native to that platform. So hopefully, and I know Yamaha built a good base product anyway, so I'm hoping that that's going to really translate through to the 500. It's just going to be a super cool 500 YZ, which they should have done back in the day, but it is what it is. So that's sort of where we've been at recently. So I just can't stop looking at these 2, 3, 4 pretty girls. So yeah, we've sort of been going through that. We need to spend some more time on this thing actually. This is a 1963 Mako MC360. We're in the process of restoring at the moment. It needs a bit of a dust off. We're still waiting on parts for this, which, as you can imagine, for a bike that wasn't really supplied or supported in Australia, that's from the early 60s, it's not an easy feat. So that's going to be cool. Still waiting on our machining friend who let us down massively with the Mako. If he keeps letting us down, I'm going to let you know who it is, but that's okay. But yeah, so that's us at the moment. That's this week's update. Like I said, we've got more coming on the YZ125. We've got lots of stuff that we're going to show you. So like I said, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Check out our new website. We've got some cool merch up, and also check out our social media, ask any questions, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, we will let you go, but I will see you guys very soon. Bye.